on this tiny little Greek island. It is a chilly day, but sunny and beautiful, and I am set back up in my studio. Hopefully, the rain will stop. It's been a very, very wet winter for Greece, which is unusual, isn't it, in many ways? Let me get the microphone here so you can all hear me. So I've been thinking about this new challenge and how I'm going to put it together to make sure that I can be present for all the days. And it depends on how I fix it up. So I've got two ideas. Oh my goodness. I'm moving. I'm moving. Yeah, this is gonna probably slip down and I'll have to scrunch my stand, the things that hold the phone are broken. So I have my odd little ways. Hey, let me show you. So this stuff here, you know, that sticky stuff that you can like just pull apart. This stuff saves me in the studio. I can't tell you how many times I use this stuff to hold things in place. I've even put it on the back of canvas boards and, you know, put it up on a larger piece of wood so that I could have my reference photo there. So like with this sticky stuff, this is great stuff. So I'm going to use it now to see if I can stop my camera from falling. Yeah, let's see if I can smush it in there. You just kind of smush it in and it holds it at least for a while. I have to get a new one, but you know, on this tiny little Greek island, you're not going to find all those things. So, a couple of things that I'm thinking about. One is to do a full week, maybe 10 days, I'm not exactly sure, of full painting landscapes. We're doing a landscape challenge. So it may be every day live and just painting small landscapes and just putting it together and just getting it out and doing that. And I would talk through all the different areas and we would do like different types of landscapes. The other idea that I'm thinking about is doing 6 days, like doing a longer challenge, right? And doing like 6 days out of the week of probably a recording or short live streams like we did with the lemons with just an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour. So just painting elements of the landscape, and then maybe at the end of that challenge, doing like a full live stream from start to finish. Maybe we would choose a reference photo, like a reference of a seascape or a mountain scene or something. And then each day going through all the elements of that and that would be I kind of like that idea. That would be a great way for learning how to put a landscape together. And when you paint each area, hey, Susan, nice to see you. How are you doing? So putting that together in that way, how to design the painting. So we could do 1 hour of like taking the photo reference. Obviously, it'll be a photo reference, and putting it together. It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too. Um, Taking a photo reference and how to design the painting, putting the design elements in, and just putting together a landscape painting from start to finish. Uh, so that might be something we can do. The other is to take small, doing small paintings. I mean, really small ones of various types of landscapes. So, you guys, let me know what you would like to do, what would work for you, and any ideas. I'm still putting it together. Uh, so, or another idea is, let's say we take a month. We could do like 1 week of, uh, you know, um, maybe a couple of sessions on trees, how to paint trees and different types of trees, and uh, putting the trees in aerial perspective, and how to do that. And then like another part of that would be maybe like the foreground, doing the background, the midground, and the foreground, and how that works. And I'm not exactly sure how to. You can't really separate things in painting, can you? It kind of like all happens at once. And if you go in, what's one reason why I like the first idea as well, is just like 7 days live streams and just painting a painting from start to finish. And no, it doesn't have to be like perfect grand paintings. These would be studies. So just going in and painting those, and then talking through how we're going to do it for a seascape. What are the things that you need to think about for a seascape? And then you can take that information and do your own seascapes or your own water scenes with rivers or lakes, whatever. And, it would all kind of come together, or skyscapes being another one, right? And clouds, and how do you do the dome of the sky, and all of that. Like it could be just full demonstrations, which I like as well. So I don't know. I'm like, those are the things that I'm thinking about. Um, I'm not sure that I can pull through on 30 days. Like with the lemon one, I felt bad that I missed a couple of days. So I'm not sure about that. But if we do a 30-day one, the daily sessions will be parts, like how to paint rocks, how to paint clouds, how to paint trees, how to paint mountains in the background, how to paint, the foreground, things like that. It would just kind of work through that. And I mean, that would be really nice as well. And we could do, like just specific rocks. I'm getting stuck on my words. Aerial perspective, right? Linear perspective, designing a painting, all of those things. We could just kind of go through the process. Yeah, again, just you guys comment below. Let me know, let me know, let me know. And we'll see how long it's going to be. I may not be able to do a full monthly one on this, but who knows? Who knows? Right now, we are in the Orthodox Easter. Uh, it will be this Sunday, and from what I understand, it's also the same day, right, for the Catholic Easter. And this keeps turning. They keep moving. So So this will happen after Easter. I will be off the island, out of my studio until next Thursday. So I'm gonna just pause, and we're gonna start after that. So perhaps on that Sunday, or maybe even Friday, somewhere in that area. And of course, they'll be live afternoons for my time. So maybe 6 o'clock my time. I could even do it later, and 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 we could do it that way, so more people can hook up. And we'll be doing the live streams, and we'll just go through and see what happens. Spend some time together. I miss you guys, so this is going to be great. That's one thing. The other thing, never mind. The other thing is for the members here on this YouTube channel, you guys, all the members, we're going to set up a date. Hey, Corby. I was just thinking about you. Let me know in the members area what days would work for you guys. Let's get together. And we'll see. Hey, hey, hey. We need to have another tea, Corby. Let's do that. Again, I'm putting together the podcast today. I've just started setting it up in Riverside FM, which is the platform that I am using. I like it very, very much. Anybody who is podcasting out there. And it's easy for you guys who are going to become my guests. Send me a message. All right, honey. Who This thing keeps turning. I really don't know why it keeps turning. It has a life of its own. Putting together the podcast, it's going to be called Be Creative. Be inspired, be creative, be you. So this is all about creativity. Be creative. And I want to talk with you. And this is the general questioning. It will happen, you tell us a little bit about yourself. And you don't need to be a professional artist. I don't care about that. What I care about is creativity. So how you connect with the creativity. So it's, who you are, a little bit of your background, whatever. And then, how you go through this creative channel. So your inspiration, what happens when you are inspired? How do you latch on to that inspiration? Like you see something, it's like, oh, right? oh, I want to paint that. And what do you do with it? How do you bring it down? How do you work with it? How do you then develop the idea? And what is your creative process? What happens when you are in a creative block? That as well. What happens? How do you work through it? Your beliefs about creativity. What does it mean to you? Giving birth to your creative artworks, to that beautiful part of who you are in these tiny little studios that we're all in, and putting a piece of work out into the world. And the whole process behind that, how does creativity work for you? And I just, you know how much I love this idea and the talks about creativity. How does, from your inspiration to your creativity, how does that embellish and nourish you And so I am going to go through, be inspired, be creative, be you. That's pretty much how the conversations will go for those of you who are going to come on and participate, and just just talk about it. Creativity is such an elusive idea, and I think we don't understand it very much. I don't think we talk about it enough. So if again, leave messages down. I've got two of you already that I've got you down in my book, and my I'll put in this description. I didn't do it in yesterday's. I'll put in an email address for you guys to find me at. And yeah, let's do that. So, or in the community area. Yeah. Anyways, I'll put it in somewhere and I will let you know. Yeah, I will let you know. I'm just going to put in, I will give you an email. I feel kind of weird about doing that. Hey, hi, follow your bliss. Yes, yes, I fully agree. I fully agree. I am following my bliss. So speaking of bliss, right? I still have my sheep there that I've been working on. I haven't been working on my sheep from quite a while, and I have my goat painting here. And I've been looking at the goat painting and thinking, maybe tweaking it a little bit. And then I looked at it again today and I thought, oh, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I actually like my little goat painting there. And you know how I do always believe that when you finish a painting, you finish the painting. Leave it alone. And if you want to, paint another one, but leave it alone. It is a record of your process. It is a record of your visual understanding of how you are moving and growing as an artist. You love that, Corby. Which one? Which part? Which part? Because I think when you guys type in messages, it comes up a little bit later. Like you send it and then there's a delay and then it shows up. So I'm not sure. Sometimes the goats, the goats. I love the goats. So yeah, I understand. It was the goat painting. Yeah, that one, right? Those are my goats. There's my sheep. I do love this painting as well. There's a couple of things. I mean, I look at it today and I think, yeah, this one's working really well. And but there are a couple of things that today, if I repainted it, I would do a little bit differently. And that doesn't mean that it would turn out well, right? It's just that there's a couple of things that I would tweak. And I could do that here. I could go in and tweak it. And then I think, just leave it alone, Vita. Leave it alone. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it is sitting on my easel. In the meantime, if anybody has any ideas about this, the sheep needs sunglasses and a cigarette. That would be so much fun. That would be so much fun to paint, wouldn't it? Yeah, Corby, it is. And It's I'm very, very much attached to this painting. And the thing is these goats during COVID came out, and we're walking down the hill towards the beach of all places, right? As in many areas of the world, wildlife came back into the cities, to check things out because nobody was out moving. And so the goats here as well, we do have these wild goats. And the background scene is not what I was looking at, but I did get. Oh, does it really? It's a Greek landscape. It is a Greek landscape, but that's really cool. That's really cool that it feels Scottish. I have never been to Scotland, so I really don't know I suppose in the Highlands, right? It would kind of be similar, rocky, and oh, that's kind of nice to know, Corby, that that this painting is flexible. Doesn't have to be a Greek painting, right? It's flexible. So that's about it. Um, Anybody have any ideas for this upcoming landscape challenge that we're gonna do? So I will talk about it more, and I will put up my my thoughts on it. I need to chew on it for. Yeah, the vegetation is sparse and the conditions are harsh. And that is, also here in Greece. Although I don't know about the conditions being very harsh here. Everything's sun-kissed and everything. Uh, Water. I do water well, huh? Isn't that funny that I have a hesitation with water, and water is oftentimes kind of scares me to paint, and I overthink the water, and I get uptight when I'm painting water. And the thing is, uh, it's no different than painting a rock. It's just more elusive, and it has the flow. So I don't know why it works in my mind as if the 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 flexibility of water somehow makes it feel harder for me. And that has nothing to do with if I'm painting water well or not. Um, it really has nothing to do with that. But how I approach water, I have this hesitation. I do. And oftentimes with clouds as well, because clouds are also uh, elusive and flexible and freer. And it's it's interesting. It's interesting when I think about it. It's easier for me to paint a tree or a rock or a goat because that's it, right? It's 1 + 1 = 2, right? 2 + 2 is 4, and it's it's a very logical process, whereas water is more is looser, and that's the point, right? And so it teaches me because I'm a perfectionist. That's my problem. That's my problem in art and with most anything is I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to be, I want to be able to latch onto it. And you can't. You can't latch on to anything in painting. And part of my practice here in my studio all these years has been letting go, just allowing and letting go. It is one of the reasons why I love to paint landscapes animals and things that have form, because it's such a creative process to paint all these small shapes and different values and different tones, and putting it all together. They're all a bunch of abstract shapes, and they come together and create, a painting, a realistic type painting. And I think for my perfectionism, it has a sense of control, as if I'm actually controlling any of this stuff that I'm painting here. And I have often thought about really playing around with the more abstract landscapes or animals. I saw a really beautiful animal portrait of, I think, a flamingo. It was that type of bird, with the long neck and the coming down. And that was realistic. It was really beautiful. And then the landscape around it was semi-abstract and loose. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was well done. And I've always wanted to play around with that. And I never do. As you can see, I'm like painting this sheep because I want to paint the sheep. I started doing this, if you guys remember, as a different type of practice, doing it square by square by square. Then you're starting in one corner and just painting it in. And that was an interesting practice. I don't particularly like it. I don't like painting that way. I like the way that I paint, doing the large masses and then moving it down, just whittling it down and getting more detailed and detailed and detailed. And that's how I like to paint. But this was an interesting practice, this sheep. So anyways, it's nice to be here. I have missed you all. And I'm getting the podcast up and going, and we'll figure it out. Yeah. I'll put in my email on the description here. So you guys who are interested in talking with me, come in and send me an email. Okay. That's what I want you to do. All right. So with that, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day today. I will see you all. Thank you, Thomas. I'm going to call you Thomas because that would be your Greek name here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's so nice to have you. And oh goodness, I think I'll be back again tomorrow. Yeah. I think I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care.